Hey Aries, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 30th through June 3rd. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We do have the new moon in Gemini happening on the 30th. It's a time of manifesting, a time of setting intention. So we're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for you all. And you might stumble upon this video a few weeks from now, a few months from now, a few years from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind it is a general reading. Not every single message is going to resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card coming up here for Aries is the Judgment card. This is a major arcana card. Anytime the major arcana cards come up, it's a significant new chapter in our life. It's a defining moment. The things that we're experiencing, the things that we're going through are directly connected to things we came here to accomplish, to master. So even though I'm setting the intention for a period of 7 days, the major arcana cards, like, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. So whatever's happening over the course of the next 7 days is setting some new events in motion, setting a new period in motion. And the Judgment card is about decisions, big life choices, big life decisions. It's about direction. It can come up in the sense of feeling as though we are answering a calling, feeling the need to answer a calling. We may be feeling pulled in a certain direction. We may really be examining our life. Like, what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? What do I feel I need to do? We may be looking for more depth or feeling like we want to do something that matters. So some of you might be really kind of examining your life, examining your choices, and deciding how you're wanting to shift your sails here, so to speak, in the coming weeks. The next card that's coming up for Aries is the Justice card. So some of you could be dealing with a Libra because justice is associated with the zodiac sign of Libra. If you have any Libra placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses. Now we have major arcana cards coming in back to back. When major arcana cards come in back to back on top of each other for me in a reading, it's telling me that there's going to be big changes in a short period of time. So even though you might be looking to make big changes in your life or go in a different direction, these changes will most probably happen fairly quickly, right? We're not talking about months and months or like a year. We're talking within maybe a few short months. Big changes could be happening. The Justice card also sometimes comes up for me in my readings when we're in a situation where we're being pushed to stand up for ourselves. There could be a thing of fairness, equality, boundaries. We could be dealing with somebody who's acting like they're better than us or they're above us, or, you know, they're holding us to a different standard than the standard that they have for themselves. So there could be a sense here that you're standing up for yourself or standing up for your rights. Some of you may be in a situation where you feel like you're being pushed or forced to take legal action on a matter, and there could be a life lesson here for you in terms of standing up for yourself, fighting for your rights, and using your like the laws that are there in place for you, like enforcing your rights in a situation. And this is also about balancing the head and the heart. As you're coming into making big choices and big decisions, you may be a little bit stressed out about that, because you might be like, you know what, I don't know what to decide, because I listen to my heart, I get burned. I listen to my head, I'm miserable, I'm bored to tears. I can't win either way. Well, the Justice card says we're going to be successful when we bring the head and the heart together. You're going to follow your heart. You're going to listen to your heart, but you're bringing logic into it. All right, how can I go about doing this? How can I set myself up to succeed? And so there's a plan here. It's not just willy-nilly, just kind of going and, you know, throwing yourself on your head. You have a plan. You're following your heart, but you have a plan. You have a plan, and you're doing it in a logical way, in a way where you're setting yourself up to succeed. The next card that's coming up here for Aries is the Two of Swords. Now, this is where it gets really important. Two of Swords can indicate an impasse. Like we're maybe not agreeing, we're not seeing eye to eye with somebody in the situation. We're wanting to go in one direction, they want to go in another direction. Neither one wants to give up, and we're just at this stalemate, and we're just staying in this like locked state. Two of Swords can also come up when we're procrastinating, because we may be saying to ourselves, you know, like maybe if I wait, it'll get better. Maybe if I wait, it'll get easier. You know, maybe I don't have to really worry about this, or maybe I can do it later. And some of you have heard me say this before in previous videos. Over the years reading tarot, I've seen a pattern with the Two of Swords, both when I've pulled it for myself, as well as when it's come up for any of my clients who I read for very regularly, and I could see what happened in between their readings, so I could see certain patterns, and I could, you know, put the dots together, so to speak. One of the things I've realized, the Two of Swords comes up for me in my readings a lot as a way that Spirit is saying, look, we've given you guidance. Like, we're speaking to your intuition. We're directing you. Your intuition is your compass right now. We've given you signs. We're showing you the writing is on the wall. But you're procrastinating. And we're going to give you a little bit more time. But sooner or later, if you don't take action, when that time runs out, we have to keep you on schedule. We have to keep you on schedule with divine timing, because we don't want you to miss the boat. We don't want you to miss opportunities. So if you don't take action, we're going to have to come in and come in with a tower moment, right? We're going to have to bring in the wrecking ball. So the thing that you're scared to let go of, the thing that you're scared to walk away from, we're going to come in and we're going to take that away. We're going to remove that from the equation so that you can get moving and that you can get going. Now, even though the tower is happening as an act of love to free us, to liberate us, to keep us on schedule, to keep us aligned with receiving the blessings that are meant for us, it can feel scary because you're getting pushed off the diving board. You're like, I don't want to jump. I'm scared to jump. I don't want to jump. I don't want to jump. And somebody's coming in and pushing you. Once you're in the water, you're fine. You're okay. But the initial jolt doesn't feel good. So the Two of Swords comes up to say, you're better off taking these steps and making these changes, even though they're scary. You're better off taking the steps and making those changes now so that you're in the driver's seat, because these changes are going to happen anyway. And in this way, it doesn't have to happen so suddenly or in such a scary way, right? Pay attention to the writing on the wall. Don't be like an ostrich with your head in the sand, hoping it's going to magically resolve itself or get better or go away. It's only going to escalate into some kind of a tower moment. So take the steps you're being guided to take. Your next card here is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords can be the burning of bridges. Some of you are wanting to take some steps. You're wanting to go in a certain direction. You may not be having support. And this might be the end of the road for some of you. This might be the last straw. You know, maybe you're dealing with an employer and you have very difficult circumstances and you're trying to get them to work with you. Maybe you're trying to get them to work with your schedule, or you're trying to get them to, not have you do so much overtime or something. You're like, well, I got a family to tend to, or I want to, take classes, or I just need to simply rest. I just need rest. I can't be working at this speed all the time. Or I'm just not getting paid enough, or whatever it might be. Or in a relationship, there may be a boundary that's getting crossed, and you're like, this is really important for me. I can't, it's really important to me that this boundary is recognized. You may be in a situation where you're needing this help. you're needing this support, and you're not getting it. You're not on the same page. And so it can become a power struggle. I feel a sense of a power struggle here with the Five of Swords. And some of you have heard me say the Five of Swords comes up for me in my readings a lot when you're dealing with someone who knows you very well and knows what your triggers and insecurities are. And they try to push those buttons to steer you in the direction they want you to go in. They know how to flatter you. They know how to insult you. They know what to say that makes you feel like you're being unreasonable or you're being ridiculous in some way. They know how to say things or do things to make you kind of back down or change your mind and give in or give them what they want. Now, usually when they're doing this, we feel like crap. We feel like we're being a jerk, or we feel like we're being mean or selfish or greedy or demanding or a diva or like whatever. Like we're feeling bad about ourselves, like we're being out of line in some kind of way, and we'll feel bad. It feels icky. So when you find yourself getting triggered, before you burn the bridge or before you react, if at all possible, I encourage you to take a step aside and journal about what's going on, who is involved, what are they saying, what are they doing, how is it making me feel. As far back as I can remember in my life, when is the earliest memory I can think of that somebody made me feel this way? Who was it? What happened? And then write out, why do I think these people did this? Why do I think they're behaving this way towards me? What are they getting out of doing this? Why might they be doing this? That'll help us understand it a little bit better. And then we can write out like a release. Okay, I forgive this person. I release this person. Write out a release and forgive yourself, anything you're judging yourself for or blaming yourself for, or anything you're embarrassed about. Forgive and release that. And then write out how you're choosing to feel about the situation and how you're choosing to feel about yourself from now on moving forward. If you can take the time to do that exercise, you're going to remove that trigger. You're going to deactivate it. So next time in the future, anybody who wants can try to push that button 1 trillion times. It's not going to have any effect on you. That trigger is no longer active. Now, if you want to burn the bridge still, by all means, my darlings, you go ahead and you burn whatever bridge you want to burn. But make sure that you're taking the time to deactivate the triggers so that they don't have power over you in the future moving on or moving forward. Okay? So some of you may be making some big life decisions and big life choices, and in the process, there may be some burning of bridges. But I'm going to say this based on the cards I'm looking at. Those of you that are burning bridges, I feel like this is a long time coming. Like as I'm talking and as you're hearing me saying that, if the burning of bridges is resonating with you, you already have names in your mind. Like you already know, and you're like, so I don't think that this is going to be a sudden shock or a sudden surprise. I don't feel like anybody is going to surprise you. Like you would already know, like, okay, it's about time for that. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign and rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. There's a link in the description of this video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangellite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. There's a link in the description of the video that will take you to the love readings for June. Be sure to check those out. And if you feel so inclined, please feel free to check out the daily messages I post every single day on this channel as well. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, Aries.